It is the Riot. There's no beating tired. I can't beat it. I've tried everything.
So instead of beating it, why don't you just join it?
Because I can't join it. I have to come in. I could lay my head down. I bet I'd be asleep in less than 60 seconds.
Probably.
I bet I would. And last night I slept for almost 8 hours.
So it's not like
more like 7 or 7.5.
You're getting plenty of sleep.
Then I got up and made myself breakfast, eggs and sausage. There's no carbs in there. That's all protein and fat.
This morning.
Didn't work out. I've had a lot of coffee, and I'm just like, I'm ready for bed right now.
You ready for the weekend?
It's the kind where you're like, my head, if I wasn't talking right now, I'd be doing that head nodding thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Like I'm driving overnight.
Well, enjoy this podcast.
Why? Do you know why?
It's allergies. I've told you. We're all very tired.
I don't want to be like this.
You're not accepting the answer that we've given you. You don't want to take any allergy medicine.
I'm trying.
Because that's also going to make you sleepy, too.
Oh, no, I can't. Yeah, you were here for that last week when I took that allergy medicine on Thursday.
What was it called? Lord Zizol or something?
Lord Zizol. Dear Lord Zizol.
Well, if anybody has any other reputable ideas.
Because now it's going to be like, I do this direct sales thing, and I've got exactly the shake you need to burn fat and have all the energy you could ever want.
Well, I mean, we'll never try to find an answer if we don't ask.
Technically, it's full of cocaine, but they haven't figured that out yet, so they call it something else.
Will you be awake, though?
Oh my gosh.
It's only cocaine and locally sourced honey. I mean, it's so good for you.
Several completely healthy athletes have had heart attacks while using it, but again, they can't point it back to the shake. Come on, So other things in the podcast today, you can hear me get mad about ghosting.
Yes.
Then you can hear us talk about, the Star Trek thing.
Oh.
You'll see. You might think to yourself, I don't like Star Trek. Well, if you didn't like it before.
I don't know. Maybe you like it now.
Maybe it'll swing back around.
Maybe I'll give this spoiler. Are you a fan of cats? Mm-hmm. And maybe that'll help.
Maybe it will. So we talk about Taco Bell's new cleanse gear, Sonic the Hedgehog.
The summer collection.
It's nice.
A summer gear.
Mm-hmm. Neck cracking, pus-filled Band-Aids.
Oh, there was a lot there.
Resorts.
Yeah.
Upper deckers.
Oh, that's a hard one.
It is a hard one. So we hope you guys enjoy the podcast and have a great weekend.
Will you enjoy it all?
I just hope one day I'm not tired.
Well, actually, yeah, that'd be a miracle. We'll let you know when that happens.
I'd take that. Wouldn't that be something? I'm doing all the right things.
Make sure you join us through riot.radiou.com. There you'll find our links to our Radio U Riot Facebook page. Follow us there. Of course, subscribe to our Radio U Riot YouTube channel also, and enjoy the podcast and have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Now you can go to sleepy.
Oh, no.
Good night.
The Worst of the Riot box set is now available nowhere because we know you wouldn't want it anyway. It's The Worst of the Riot on Radio U.
There's weird stuff out there. And yeah, I'm using the word weird, okay? I'm judging all of you that like the Warrior Cats books.
That's an old topic here.
It's weird. It's weird to me. Zach's sister came in, brought us the first 2 books in the Warrior Cat series. Are you done with them yet?
Well, I gave them back to Zach yesterday.
So you finished them?
No, I had to rent the first one. I had to borrow it from the library. Because remember, she said her dog had...
Yeah, he ate through a lot of that book.
He ate through a top part of the book. And then as I was reading, every time I would move to the next page, it would literally fall apart. And I was like, I shouldn't read this copy. So I got it from the library.
I don't want to be the one that's responsible for this book finally falling apart.
Because the dog didn't. I didn't do it. But yeah, I couldn't read that particular copy. So I had to wait for the first one to come in.
So has it come in?
Yes, I just haven't started it yet.
Okay. All right. Because those books to me have pointed out that there is I always knew there was internet cat culture. Like, make your cat into a burrito. Ha, ha, ha. Because you wrap your cat up in the thing and your cat just looks ahead like, oh my gosh, why are they doing this again? And I get that. Like, I bought my cat a chew toy. I bought it a climbing thing. Fine. I get it.
There's cat videos, viral ones, memes. Like, it's just a cat world we live in on the internet.
Right. So then we find out about this Noble Warrior Cat series. Okay. All right. And now I'm just like, you know what, guys? We've taken this cat thing too far. Because now I see that the people at CBS are working together with some company called the Bradford Exchange. Now, keep in mind, I don't know what the Bradford Exchange is, okay? But they've decided that it's time to gather cats and mash them up with another, quasi-obscure, yet you may have heard of it thing, and that is we now have Star Trek cats.
Oh, is this an all-access thing again? What is this?
There's little statues.
Oh, you can buy them?
Of cats dressed up like Star Trek characters. So, like how you pine for Chris Pine as Captain Kirk. Wait till you see Cat Tan Kirk.
Oh, boy. These are real?
Mist Per Spock. Lieutenant Upura.
So you can buy these collectible figurines if you're a fan of cats and Star Trek.
What are we doing?
Actually, I agree with you on this one. This one's a bit much. It's the Space Cat Crusaders figurine collection. That's from Star Trek. $39.99 per cat.
Plus
$9 shipping and handling.
$9 shipping. So you are essentially, after tax, mind you, which is also not included here, paying over $50 for a little cat dressed as a Star Trek person.
But what you should do is just go to the comment section. Those are all quite clever. Looking for the Catten's log. Check the litter box. Oh, they're cute.
No.
Did Kirk just cough up a hairball or a tribble?
No. This is wrong,
guys. It was money
guys.
to spend on this stuff.
That was one of the things that I thought is people are walking around complaining about not having enough money, but there is, the fact that this exists confirms to me that there is money out there. Now, these cats are not made of solid gold and diamonds, so that means that it's not the ultra rich that are buying them. It's stupid people in middle income brackets that are like, hey,
I like cats. I like Star Trek.
You know what this place could really use? Some cats that look like Star Trek characters. They really dress the joint up.
They look nice. So when are these available?
Gosh, I don't know.
Well, if you're a fan, you're like, oh my gosh, that would totally go with my stuff.
Soon, I'll just tell you this. These look like the loneliest things I've ever seen.
They do, don't they?
Where you're just like, my cats are my friends and I love Star Trek.
Now, as I click on and just go on different links from this, I think there's a whole Star Trek cat culture thing. Like it's a subreddit. Like it's something. I don't know.
Wait.
Meaning
a confirmed subreddit?
No, I just feel like it could be because there's like posters, there's calendars, there's all this stuff. So cats being Star Trek characters apparently is nothing new. Now they're just making the figurines with it.
Yeah, here's the woman that published a hardback book called Star Trek Cats.
Yes, so we don't even know this world existed. Now we know this world exists.
Guys, come on. We got to stop. Someone has to stop.
I mean, if you're spending $40 on these things, actually $50 with shipping and handling.
I'll say this much. It makes me feel a lot better about the crap I've bought so far.
None of them are this much.
You're listening to The Riot. Voted #1 morning show. Among toddlers aged 2 to 5. Among people with hearing problems. Among dogs who bark at loud noises. Among relatives of Obadiah. Among people who lie in surveys. The Riot, Radio U.
Well, hello. Hello there.
Did you find something? Or are you just saying hello to everybody?
Hi. Wendy's finally gets it right.
This actually looks pretty good.
So I've never really been a fan of the Frosty. Like, I'll eat one.
I like the vanilla one.
But I don't go to Wendy's. Or no, I guess what I'm saying is I don't drive around going, oh, I sure wish I could get a Frosty.
Frosty always seems like something someone would get you for free. Or you just somehow, you yourself get one for free, but it's not one you search out, but you're happy when you have it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It's totally fine, but it's just in my list of like, here, we're getting a treat today. It's not on the list, and I don't know why.
It's so far down the list, but they may have finally figured it out because what they've done is they're shoving pieces of cookie into the Frosty.
And Ghirardelli, like a chocolate sauce that'll be poured around it.
Now we're getting somewhere.
So it's a Frosty Cookie Sundae, which they're going to be releasing. And there's the two varieties. You get a vanilla Frosty or a chocolate one. Then it takes chocolate chip cookies and crunches them all over it. And then a Ghirardelli chocolate sauce right on top.
I'll have some, thank you.
That looks pretty good.
That looks fantastic. says here $1.99.
I wonder the actual cookie ratio. I don't want them to be like too skimp out on it.
Hey, it's
not going to look like this picture.
No, certainly not.
This picture's overflowing. You're not going to get that.
Nick, it is promotional purposes only.
It's not actual size.
That's not a fair representation of the product as received, but it looks pretty good.
It's kind of like there's this one place sometimes you go through and they'll make it's like a mixer sort of thing.
Yeah.
And the last couple of times you're like, it's just the top part. Top like 10% of the entire thing has the mixings in it.
Yes, I know.
And then the soft serve like ice cream thing is just the rest of it. So with this Frosty, how much are you actually going to get of cookies?
Good. They're important concerns there, Nikki. Thank you for sharing them. But I agree with you. Well, let's just say that it's a frozen custard place. They like to go and they're like, yeah, look, we gave you these toppings. And I'm like,
yeah, right.
I paid extra for you to mix these in.
Yeah.
Like, this is an additional charge.
Yep.
And you guys are putting them in about as much effort as, I don't know, I would.
I could do better than that. I think I could actually do better than this.
Yeah, so, if you could maybe take this back there and put some more stuff on it.
You missed half of it. You missed more than half of it.
Yep.
But for the Wendy's Frosty, again, that'll be the chocolate and vanilla. They're adding chocolate chips and a chocolate sauce on top.
Now, I don't see any kind of a release date here. So does that mean that it's now?
It doesn't say. It just it seems like it's out now. It just depends on where you're at.
Well, it seems. Oh, here we go. I'm right at Wendy's.com. The source. Frosty Cookie Sunday is happening. This isn't a drill. Yes, it's real. And it says start your order. So maybe
I guess it's out now.
I'm starting my order, Nikki. I got to sign up for an account. You know what? I'll get back to you.
Next time, someone will get it for you.
Don't worry about me.
What's worse than finding grounds in your coffee? Finding grounds in your coffee while listening to the Riot. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
It's that time of year again. It's time to induct some games into the Video Game Hall of Fame.
Woo! Is there actually like a Hall of Fame place you can go?
Yeah.
Or is it just an honor to be nominated in a virtual sense?
It's inside the National Museum of Play. Where is that? I can't remember because we've talked about it before.
Feels like it should be in D.C., but I doubt it.
That's inside the Strong Museum, and it's in Rochester, New York.
Okay.
So there you go. It's a subdivision of a subdivision of a subdivision.
Sounds like the, what are those, the nesting dolls where it's like one and the other? You're like, here's
the
this
Russian,
museum. Yeah, the Russian, the nesting dolls. It seems like this museum's hidden in 18 other museums.
Well, Nikki, we've got 4 things that made the cut and got into the Museum of
this year's
Video Games. Yeah. Up first, Colossal Cave Adventure. Colossal Cave Adventure was a game that you had to load onto your computer via a cassette tape.
What? How old is it?
Ancient.
Never heard of it.
From what I can tell. Well, me either. Then you've got Microsoft Windows Solitaire. Look, who among us has not played Solitaire on a Windows computer somewhere at some point in their life?
Somehow.
It's the one thing that they can't seem to take off of it in the computer lab and whatever, and you're like, I'll do anything other than work.
I'll play Solitaire.
Anything. So there's that. And then also on the list, Super Mario Kart.
Hey!
What? The original Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo. And then, Nikki, a little something for you. Mortal Kombat.
That's because they paid for that because the new one.
The original Mortal Kombat. Nikki, don't even suggest that.
Oh, that's big Mortal Kombat money buying that honor.
The Hall of Fame would never stoop to taking a donation.
You know why? Because I feel like it feels too violent for the game Hall of Fame. Because they never pick things that are on that style. They always pick it's the Rubik's Cube or here's a cup and a string.
Well, remember, this is the Video Game Hall of Fame, not just the toy one. So you're down to the video game section where they're putting that stuff in. And
I guess.
Whether you like Mortal Kombat or not, I feel like it's contribution, if that's what we can call it.
I mean, I remember its song, so it contributed something.
Well, I mean, that was the movie.
But I feel that it's still a little shady feeling. It's like when, an actress or an actor gets
They get a star on the Walk of Fame?
Yeah, they get that sort of thing. And it's like, well, their movie's coming out this weekend, too, because the studio buys those.
I was going to say, to be clear, stars on the Walk of Fame are
Bought,
purchased.
yeah.
Your place in the Video Game Hall of Fame has to be earned, Nikki.
Right.
They don't just hand that out
Not just to
willy-nilly.
Anybody. Nope, not to anybody.
Just anyone. And you know what? They don't appreciate you insinuating that that's true. So other games that were up for the Hall of Fame this year that didn't make it, Half-Life, Asteroids, Call of Duty, Dance Dance Revolution.
Okay, so again, like, how did Call of Duty not win over Mortal Kombat?
Well, Call of Duty...
It's not as old, I know.
Right, so maybe it's... But then again, Miss Pac-Man also did not win. Miss Pac-Man feels like she deserves her place.
No, but Mortal Kombat's better.
Well, I didn't... See, Nikki...
It's good, but I just feel like it was bought. I do feel like that.
Well, you know what? They say... Follow the money.
Follow the money.
Follow the money.
So what is this museum called?
I don't know.
Give me its full title.
Okay, it's at the National Museum of Play, which is part of the Strong Museum.
Okay, so now when you go and they're like, what's this new combat wing? Like, where did this come from? You'll follow the money.
The Mortal Kombat Hall of Video Games.
Well, you can watch the Mortal Kombat new game trailer over and over again.
Remember, if you can just make it through the rest of the riot, then you can probably make it through the rest of the week. And through the next several months. And then it'll practically be Christmas. The Riot on Radio U.
I'm not going to get into the details, but I just got to wonder, how would you react if a friend emailed you and said, hey, it's been a while. Would you mind erasing every piece of evidence that we've ever been friends?
That you were ever friends to begin with.
Thank you so much for all the work that you put into helping me
with your friendship,
pushing me forward and being there for me. But I'm working really hard on trying to present a new me, and I can't have me be associated with you.
I don't know. How would one react like that? Isn't that like ghosting?
Like ghosting would be not reaching out at all.
Oh, okay.
So but at the same time,
well, ghosting a friendship.
What this is saying right now, I'm trying to ghost you and I can't.
I need your help
because the internet has such a long memory.
Sure.
So you know what? I think I might email that person back and just say, hey, I'm going to take care of this for you, but let's be clear. This is so you can in no way be associated with us. Thanks a lot.
Pretty much. That's just a little side note. Moving on.
No, all right. You know what, though? This is the thing that kills me.
Wait, that was a side note.
It's not. I'm not going to talk about this, but this reminds me of kind of a larger thing that frustrates me, and that is that I keep finding myself in situations where I have to pretend with the person.
Sure.
The person comes to me with a request. We both know what they're actually asking, but I have to pretend that's not what they're asking, and then I have to give them a pretend response. Like
no one knows what's going on.
Right. There's this expectation that I have to play along. Like, oh, because you asked this way, I, to be nice, have to act like I don't know what you're talking about, and I'll just go along with whatever it is. And it's like, you know what? Why don't you just say the truth? Like, just tell me the truth. You don't want to be associated with me. There's evidence that you are, and you want me to erase the evidence that we have an association.
Pretty much.
No.
So if anybody else is going through that, we've got some tips.
It
makes you mad.
It makes me mad, but it goes deeper than that. It crosses the level into absurdity.
So, see, I like Zach's text message. He said, stop pretending, Obi. I stop pretending and calling it like I see it, and it's so freeing. Zach, that's a very good way to just make your way through life. It's so freeing.
Hey, I haven't talked to you in 3 years. How's it going? Yeah.
All right, well, let's just move on.
Yeah, it's fine.
Ever grab milk right out of the fridge to pour in your cereal, only to realize that your stupid roommate left an empty carton in the fridge? That emptiness is nothing compared to how you're about to feel. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
This is the last thing I'm going to say?
What?
It's like, listen, I'm just going to say this. I don't get actually mad very often. You guys hear me pretend mad all the time.
His temperament's not even like that.
Yeah,
he's very mellow most of the time.
I really don't care, but every once in a while, Like
someone pokes the bear.
That's actual mad. That's like you've wandered into ideological anger.
Do you know why? I think what makes us mad is not really like what's going on with certain things. It's the time that it hits it. And like it's Friday, it's the end of the week. Isn't everybody tired? And what you don't want is you don't want more stuff to make you tired. You don't want any more.
You know what you're seeing right now?
What?
Nikki, hang on. I'm going to write myself a prescription, a vacation for my problems.
You need the weekend.
It's fine.
And every time we say it's fine, the more we say it, the more you're worried about it.
We don't mean it. I know. You know what? Let's talk about fine. You know what I'm doing today? I'm finally going to see Avengers.
Yay! Wait, I thought you were supposed to see it yesterday, or did that switch today? Because you were pretty adamant about a Thursday.
Would you like to know what I did instead?
What did you do? Did you take a nap yesterday?
Nope. No, it's better than that.
Did you do work?
It's funny. That's great, Nikki. Why don't we just get back on being mad about something? Okay. Good call.
Okay, here he is.
Yesterday, I worked on someone's garage door opener.
Well, that sounds like family. Was it family?
Basically, yeah. It wasn't exactly, but whatever.
Was it an emergency?
Yeah, I don't know. If you couldn't get into your garage, would you feel like it was an emergency?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so I learned a whole lot. Listen, YouTube, thank you for all that you do. You know, thank you to all the people that just upload videos about garage door openers.
So that we don't have to spend money hiring someone who knows just automatically about garage door openers to come and do it.
I went out there, fixed it, because the big thing with garage door openers for almost everybody is if it's not working, it's probably because the little eyes that keep the garage door from crushing you, the little laser eyes, they're probably not lined up. Fix that, whatever.
Is that Lord of the Rings thing?
Yeah. But you know what I'm talking about. The little things like at your door that shoot the laser.
At the bottom.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that if
I didn't know that's normally the problem.
If somebody is standing there or something sitting there, it keeps the door from shutting on it.
Yes, I do know that part.
That's almost always what's wrong. So I fixed that, and then I left, went home. My phone rings as I'm pulling into the driveway. It's not working again. I had opened and closed the garage door like 5 times. It was working fine.
I must have been so mad.
So I'm like, all right. So I grabbed more tools, go back, all this stuff, and then
was it the eyes or was it something else?
It wasn't that. Then I learned. Do you know that you can actually turn the strength up and down on your garage door opener? Did you know you can do that? There are little knobs inside a garage door opener where you can turn the strength up and down.
So you learned all this instead of going to the Avengers movie, which you were supposed to do finally?
It's fine.
So now today you're going?
Yeah.
Or are you going to answer your phone when someone else has a problem?
No, I'm not answering my phone. Thank you.
You kept promising yesterday was the day, no matter what, you were going to go see the movie.
I have tickets for today for a time, and me and Nick the news guy are going today, and screw y'all.
No one dare call him.
I'm going, all right? This week, I have changed a lawnmower blade, worked on a garage door opener. What was the other thing I did that I don't know how to do? Dang it, there's one. No, there is. There's one more thing that I did this week where I was like, I don't know how to do. Oh, I replaced a flapper on a toilet.
Did you?
Yeah.
Stop fixing things.
I also discovered that I bought a 2-inch. I really should have bought a 3-inch.
Flapper or mower?
Yeah. No, flapper. No, the mower blade, that's a 22-inch. They only had one style available, but I was able to find an adapter, so that worked.
Well, I just want you to just maybe tweet or post or do something once you've seen the movie today, just so we know that it's over with.
Yeah. And this morning I got an email about how somebody wants to forget we were ever friends. But you know what?
It's fine.
I'm excited to see the Avengers today.
I see a glow about you. You just really have like a passion for today, and you're ready to go.
I was fine until I really thought about it.
I know. Stop thinking about it now.
All right. We're going to think about something else.
Now we're moving on to other non-things that are related to us.
I do love
that
He's like, okay, let's not talk about something that makes you mad. Talk about how you were supposed to go to the movies yesterday.
Do you want to talk about a video game thing? Let's talk about a video game.
The Riot is an award-winning morning show.
It's literally a medal for sucking.
Now that is a medal for trying.
Okay.
Radio U.
Look, I get it. All right. You've been saying to yourself, this weekend, I'm finally going to get around to it. I am finally going to get to that cleanse that I've been promising myself. So you put down the plastic.
You're ready to go. You drive up to the drive-thru because I know you're talking about Taco Bell at this point.
This is what you always say. Put the water bottles in the bathroom.
You get ready to go.
You go to Taco Bell.
I like Taco Bell, and I've never gotten sick. Well, that's a strong statement. I'm sure I have. But not like how you tease it.
See?
Not how you do it.
Nikki, the thing is, the last time that happened, you blacked out. And Eric put you in bed, and you woke up feeling great.
I didn't even know I ate there.
Because Taco Bell had ripped out all your toxins, and you woke up just like, I feel wonderful.
Well, there's this juice place that I love, and you can get a cleanse, like a kit, and you order all this stuff, and it's so expensive. So this is a way for you to get those same health benefits without actually purchasing the $100 cleanse kit.
Very little money. Now you have to ask yourself, though, when you're getting ready for a cleanse, what sort of clothing should you be wearing? And I want you to know that Taco Bell has, in fact, opened up their
Are they now doing more summer merch?
Summer line of merch.
What is this supposed to
look like? You can get yourself a sauce packet bikini for $60, a Taco Bell towel. You're going to need it for $25.
For the pool.
I don't think you should eat Taco Bell and go to the pool, just to be clear.
Not allowed
I think that's a bad idea. They also have this this inflatable floaty.
Oh, yeah, it's a floaty.
It looks like a hot sauce packet. Maybe that's in case you do go to the pool, but you can't go in the water.
You're not allowed to go yet.
You lay on this plastic sheet.
There's a beach umbrella, a cooler, and then merch, so shirts and stuff.
Oh my gosh, Nikki, that's actually what that inflatable is. That is a Taco Bell branded plastic that you could put down in the bathroom.
You get sick. Stop.
And then when you're done with it, you just hose it off and you can take it into the pool.
And their merch is expensive too. I know it's kind of like on par if you go to any other restaurant or. Is it a restaurant? It's a fast food establishment.
Oh, no, it's a health food store.
It's a health food store.
Where everything they sell, you cleanse.
There's a waterproof speaker. There's a portable charger. There's tote bags.
You'll have something to listen to during your cleanse.
You want to pull up a podcast or something.
You can just rinse it right off.
Yeah. All right.
No big deal.
So this is a no to all the stuff?
I could get myself. They've got the sauce packet bikini. It's a 2-piece. All bikinis.
Well, that's a bikini.
Yeah. Sauce packet swim trunks for
you go.
For people like me.
$60.
I've got a Taco Bell pop art beach umbrella. Only $65. We've got the cooler. That's where you put vital organs that have to be transplanted.
You mean drinks?
Whatever. And I think that waterproof speaker is a really good choice, actually. So Taco Bell, wish you were here sticker sheets so you can hand those out to people, before you go into the bathroom.
You're sick. All right. Thank you for showing the Taco Bell summer collection.
The Taco Bell TacoShop.com.
Nice. Woo. Nice.
Oh, man.
The worst of the riot. It's like Lucky Charms, but no marshmallows. Radio U.
Okay, so while you were gone, Nikki, you were out Tuesday and Wednesday this week?
I was, yeah.
We really missed the opportunity to together talk about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer.
I watched it. I don't want to jump and just tell you my opinion.
It's shockingly bad.
Isn't it weird?
It feels to me, the thing that it kept reminding me of is Hurricane Heist.
Yeah. Was
it last year or 2 years ago when Hurricane Heist came out? It felt like someone had made a movie in the mid-'90s, had forgotten it existed, and then released it.
Sure.
And that's what this movie feels like. This feels like the 90s version of what a Sonic the Hedgehog movie would have been like, all the way down to Jim Carrey doing his mid-'90s Jim Carrey shtick. I mean, it was like he was playing the Riddler.
Sure.
Or Ace Ventura or something, to the point where you're like, wait, what?
So I didn't know if it was just me because I don't have any special love towards Sonic. Like, I never played the game except for a few times.
I've played it. I
haven't watched any of I thought there was a TV show that was associated with it or something.
Yeah, there's an animated show. That's actually where a lot of Sonic lore and fandom exists in a certain age bracket.
This just seems like a studio just got involved in a weird way. And I didn't know if anybody else liked it because I don't really. I
listened to some video game podcasts that I listened to.
Yeah.
They were surprisingly okay with it, which I was just like, are you guys shilling for this? Like, are you
getting paid for it?
Are you hoping that they'll sponsor you? Because I I have a hard time.
Yeah.
As hard as these guys are on everything else, for them to take a soft pass on the Sonic trailer.
I don't know. It makes me think of, okay, you got like two movies. You got the Pokemon one with Ryan Reynolds.
Which is reviewing well.
And then you've got this Sonic one, which I don't recall when it comes out. And I feel like...
It's November, I believe.
I feel like it shows you there's two ways to do a movie. And the Pokemon one seems like that could actually legitimately be funny.
Right.
Like a very clever take on it. And it just seems like, oh, that seems entertaining. But then on the other side of it, where it's not pandering, I don't know if that's quite the word, but I just feel like a studio did something wrong to it.
Yeah. Well, they have now, the director of the movie has come out to address some of the backlash.
The concerns.
He says that, hey, we hear you. You guys hate the way Sonic looks.
Yeah.
And so he's saying that they are actually, it's just a 3 CGI character.
They can
so
change it.
He's saying, you know what, we're going to change the look of him so that it looks more like, I guess, what you would get out of the video game, which, you know, I'll give him credit. That's one of the things I didn't like.
You don't want him to have to address all of them, though.
But you could make Sonic look completely different. And I still don't think
I want to see
you're going to have something that's a real winner here.
It just doesn't seem like a right fit.
No, it's weird. That trailer to me was just weird. It felt like a 20-year-old movie that someone had unearthed and put a trailer out for.
Pretty much.
I mean, Coolio's Gangsta's Paradise? Like, what? Like, what? Really?
Everything old is new again. I mean, maybe.
I guess.
Did you know the Riot can help you see into the future? Every time Obadiah says he likes a show, impress all your friends by correctly predicting it will be canceled by the end of the year.
Canceled. What are you talking about? It's not funny.
Works every time. It's the Riot on RadioU.
I have been for years concerned about Nikki because I expect at one point she's going to be sitting across from me and then she's just going to fall over dead.
Don't put that in my mind. Don't make me think any more about this.
Because Nikki cracks her neck all the time, but when she does, she seriously sounds like she's in the middle of a kung fu and or action film, and she is having her neck broken. And I just expect her at some point to break her own neck, and then she just falls over.
Oh, I crack my fingers, I crack my shoulder, I crack my jaw, I crack everything, including my neck.
Well, here we go, Nikki. Did you read the story yesterday?
I did. Well, I saw it a couple of days ago. I don't know if this is the same person or if it's like a fear that now everybody has, so we're getting more stories about it. But it's the man who cracked his neck and then, he have a stroke or something with it?
That's right.
So
his name is Josh. He's from Oklahoma. He was home in March when his neck was, sore.
Yeah.
He started cracking his neck. Suddenly, his left side went numb and he couldn't walk straight. So his father-in-law took him to the ER. Turns out that when he cracked his neck, he ruptured an artery that led to his brain, which caused a stroke.
Gosh, that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to crack my neck. I can't not do it.
So he
but now
says,
I'm just afraid.
Like, there's a lot of things he can do, but it has affected his balance, and sometimes he has blurry vision.
Oh, from it?
Mm-hmm. So it's affected his eye. Dude, he's rocking that eye patch, though, in these photos. Like,
now that we're talking about it, I'm just in my mind. I'm like, don't crack your neck. Don't crack your neck.
It's
don't
not good.
do it.
It's not good, Nikki.
No.
Like, I just need to crack it. I spent some time trying to figure out how to crack my own neck and felt like I was going to rip my head off.
If you
I just can't do it.
You can't do it. You can't force it. It's just a gift, and some people have it and some people don't.
Well, Josh here seems to have the gift, Nikki. And it's
I don't know what happened with him.
It's a gift that continues to give to him.
No, that's not going to happen to me. It's just cracking my neck. That's all it is.
Okay. If you say so.
Though every time, I think of this guy every single time.
I want you to. Every time you go to crack your neck.
But I was fine. I've gone through my whole life cracking my neck, and I've been fine since then.
What do you think, Josh? This was the first time he'd ever done it?
Maybe.
This is an old habit. Maybe. Josh has been at it for years. No big deal.
He's saying the same thing.
He's just like, what's the worst that can happen? I'm going to rupture an artery and have a stroke? Come on.
I have to crack my neck.
That doesn't happen.
You just have to. So I just can't give it up like that.
Well, okay.
It's just something I can't move on from.
So what, you're the smoker and I'm saying you don't want lung cancer? And you're like, come on, that doesn't happen. I can't give it up.
Let's see. Danny just texted in, you got to YouTube stretching your neck instead. I do that too. When I stretch my neck, it cracks.
Man, Danny, you don't need to stretch your neck. You need to protect it. Protect your neck.
That's the whole new public service campaign so that we don't crack our necks.
Mm-hmm. So neck stretching, that's a great idea, Nikki.
Fine.
How about that?
I'll look that up.
Oh, Damien says, Nikki, be careful. Talk to a chiropractor about it.
I have talked to a
They're
chiropractor.
just a bunch of quacks trying to get you money.
No.
I do it all myself.
It's fine. I don't go too crazy. I just lift my neck to the left or lift to the right and it cracks. That's it.
I don't go to a chiropractor or a dentist. I go to a holistic practitioner. They're the only people you can trust.
That's it. We must stop talking about this, though, because my whole body's like, just a little.
Please crack.
All you need is just a little hit. That's all you need.
All right, well, this time I actually am going to get some coffee. When I come back and you're just laid out on the floor, I'll know.
Don't say that. Don't confess that. It's not going to happen. Don't put that out there.
Nikki, I'm not creating reality with the power of my words.
Like that. I don't want to hear your negative words.
That's not what's happening. I'm trying to warn you.
No, I don't feel like that. You're using your negative words against me. Get him out of the room.
I need a break now.
That feeling when you hear that every school in the state is closed but yours? Now you know how we feel. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Did you crack your neck while I was gone? Yes, you did.
I'm not
Didn't
good. No,
you? Did.
I did
Yes,
not.
you did.
I'm
You
still
did.
here. Isn't that all that matters? One story. One news story, and I'm expected to change. I can't change. I don't want to change.
All right, Nikki.
What?
I'm going to begin building a case.
What
for
are you
why
going to do?
You can't be trusted.
No, you need to do what you did when I would sneeze and stuff.
You want me to put you on your sneeze reduction program?
He used to, and sometimes every so often, will just yell at me like if I sneeze and just scream. It's just meant to be like a very scare tactic to try to get me to stop. And I don't know why he just did that. He just does. That's just Obi.
Well, you were having a hard time. You were sneezing all the time.
Allergies. It's not on purpose. It was allergies.
Okay, I get that. But, Nikki, if you want to take control of your body, all right, you want the allergies telling your body what to do?
No, but I can't help it.
Well,
so you just scream at me, stop it.
With that attitude of you can't help it, you're right, you can't.
Now, if I want to crack my neck, I have to go do it in secret. Like, I have to leave the room.
That's right.
Or you're going to yell.
That sneeze reduction program worked, but I finally had to stop because Nikki couldn't handle the stress of it. Because what would happen was I started out, she would sneeze, I would be like, hey!
And then that shock would...
And then she'd be like, okay. And then pretty soon, I didn't have to do that anymore. If she would start going, like she was about to sneeze, at one point I was able to jump up and just point at her, and she would not sneeze.
No, I'd bury it deep down.
Which tells me, Nikki, that you've got control.
I can do the same thing.
You're a strong woman, Nikki. You're like Captain Marvel.
I am. She's a woman. I'm a woman.
It's exactly the same.
There's no reason why I can't not crack my neck just because this one person had a problem with it.
You didn't get the whole point of what we were talking about at all. I'm telling you, you've got control over not cracking your neck.
But I want to. Feels good. It's just that release of tension.
And what is one of your core operating principles? If it feels good, do it.
I don't act like that.
Isn't that the life you live?
It is not.
Nikki's just out there. This feels good. Let's do it.
That's awful. That is so bad. So bad.
Perfect.
That's not how I live my life. I try very hard not to.
There's just this one little area where I just let my neck tell me what to do.
Oh, I'm so tense. I'm so terribly tense.
I'm so tense. I really need to crack my neck right now. I've got to please attention.
The Riot.
Apparently, some of the less athletic types go nuts for this stuff.
Radio U.
It's always awesome to know that someone spends, on one night more than you'll make maybe in your whole life.
Is this the luxury hotel?
Well, it's a resort, Nikki. It's got 6 bungalows. It's got overall room for 48 people.
Let's just pretend, right? Let's all close our eyes, except if you're driving, and pretend we were going on a vacation where you were staying in a bungalow. Doesn't that sound nice?
It does.
Sounds like I'm relaxing already.
I'm talking to you about Bonwa Private Island. It's $100,000 per night.
Whoa!
With a minimum 3-night stay. So you have to pay $300,000.
Where is this thing at?
You said bungalow. That's the wrong word. The word they're looking for
Island.
is villas.
It's
there
an
are
island.
6 villas on the island, which each boast a private infinity pool, hot tub deck, floor-to-ceiling windows.
Okay, so let's do some simple math. How many people would we need to invite in order to make this actually feasible?
I already got it for you.
Uh-huh.
They allow for 48 people.
Ooh.
And so
That's still not enough.
It's not, but that 48 people, it's like 2,000. They did the math for me right here. Where did it go? 2,000 something a piece per night. $2,083 each per night.
If you guys stayed for the 3 nights.
Right. So it would be you and 47 friends, each having $6,247.
How do you get a plane, or do you take a boat there? Or?
Well, they do not include transfers, aka travel. And for that, let's see, I had some prices here. Was it 9? Okay. $990 to rent a seaplane that will only carry 9 passengers.
So you got to do the math on that one.
That's each way.
Each way. So, whoa, gosh, it's adding up.
Right there, you've got $1,980.
Like, let's say you were with, you and your basically 50 friends, and you decided to all do this, but you didn't have as much money. I'd be like swimming up to the island.
How far is the swim?
I could totally do it. I got there.
You can get a 5-person helicopter round trip. 11,500.
These are large amounts of money.
Like, that is
I'm not relaxed anymore, like from when we were just saying the word bungalow.
If you saw some of these photos, perhaps you would be.
A vacation sounds nice.
Because what I always want on my vacation is a tennis court? Come on.
No, but I want the infinity pool.
That sounds nice.
And I want, now no offense, let's not get offended, okay?
I'm already offended, but go ahead.
No, but doesn't this sound nice? A non-going to see family vacation?
Yes.
There's no family there.
Your family's going on this trip.
Well, if you got to get them to pay. But, sometimes you only go on vacation to see your family that lives in other parts of the country.
You mean like my summer plans?
Yes, to go. And a lot of times for me, I have a lot of family, too, that are not here. And you combine your vacation time with family time.
Because they own your vacation time.
Pretty much.
It's not yours.
Not if you were going to the villas.
That's true. You'd be like, you know what? I'm glad you're here getting your own villa.
I don't have enough friends for that, though, to be able to get that many people there.
But we'll have to invest in the power of the radio station.
We'll have to ask you guys.
We're going to use our network to do some networking.
To try to get that done.
Everybody in. But then, what if we don't want to go with you guys? What if some
can't
of you
afford it?
What if some of you are like, these people are the worst? Oh my God. I don't know. We'll work on it.
So I'm sorry, where is the island at? I don't think you ever said.
Pacific Rim, think the Philippines.
Okay.
I don't know that it is a Philippine island, but it's in that area.
So $100,000 a night, and you must stay at least 3 nights.
Man, that's really cool. Those big, it's a beautiful outdoor thing where big outdoor couches with all kinds of a sound system out there. So for nice music and
be a nice vacation.
It would be, but you know what? I'd rather stay here. This is better.
Let's just open the window.
Yeah,
Start sneezing. Allergies.
Let's open the window.
We have a puddle out there. It's not an infinity pool.
Look at all that nature.
The Riot.
They hate me. They hate you. They hate us.
Why else would they make us listen to the worst of the Riot? RadioU.
Oh my gosh. Every time I think I'm done, it's no, it gets so much worse. I am looking at quite an Instagram account right now. It's called passenger shaming.
It is what you think it is. If you're on a plane or some sort of transportation and there's a passenger on there and they're doing something that's gross, they post a picture of it and it shames them.
It's incredible. Just incredible.
You're just so amazed that someone would do that.
Oh my gosh. The reason that I found out about this account, I have not personally seen this account, but there is one of a man
on a plane.
It's one of the grossest things I've ever seen.
He has a a wound like on the side of his calf, and it's got a square.
I can't look at it anymore.
Bandage on it, but basically he's being shamed because it literally looks like the wound threw up, and so it's coming down.
Leaking pus all over. It's puddled around his leg.
It's more, and I won't post it anywhere, but if you want to see it and you text me, I'll send you a link to it so you can see the picture. But it's so bad and it's so gross. I mean, why does someone, does he not know that his leg is leaking everywhere?
Dude, you gotta wrap that, okay?
You need more than that.
If you're gonna put
the wrap wouldn't hold it. It's gone. Your leg has to go. So does the plane. The leg and the plane.
Okay, thank you. That's actually part of what I was thinking is, you know what? There I am. I'm getting on that plane later. I don't know. And you know what they've done? They put a couple of napkins down, wiped it up, maybe.
They're doing that little sawdust stuff that they throw on things in hopes that it just goes away. That is nasty.
There's a lot of people in their underwear on the plane.
You mean they take their clothes off?
Yeah, people standing around in their underwear. This woman has a plastic bag on her head. I'm not really sure why she's doing that. Yeah, I don't think this one's so bad. Here's a lady who, she used what looks like a blanket to tie her feet up, so it was like she had a footrest. I don't know. That's not so bad.
Oh, it's all bad though.
You need to look.
Well,
at this
Beth
Instagram
texted me.
account.
She wants to see it, so I'll send it back to you. Beth, it's on its way.
Oh gosh. Here's somebody that had an upper decker in the.
They were on the upper deck, or
in the sink.
Oh gosh,
Nikki, I'll let you.
I'll look at it. I'll keep looking. Now that I found the whole Instagram account, it's not just about the one guy with his wound.
Oh,
all right. So it's.
You know what? I don't think you want to look at this anymore.
Stop looking at it, then.
I gotta stop scrolling. I can't take it.
So basically, it's a passenger shaming. It's an Instagram account, and there was one being highlighted from the man's wound on the airplane. And it's so gross and it's so vile that now, of course, we're looking at the rest of the Instagram photos, too, because we can't stop.
Andrea says she's an ICU nurse and she needs to see it.
Oh, you want to see it? Tell us what you think it is, because, that is a, what do you call it?
Yeah, send it to her. See what she says.
A seeping wound? It is seeping.
Oh, I'm not grossed out very easily, but the more I think about that one.
I know you have to tell your body it's okay. Stop thinking about it.
Don't get it on me.
Well, we just wanted to share with you guys.
Yeah, just, for our friends and stuff.
Yeah, just to pass it along.
Could be worse.
We can't keep this to ourselves.
I know. You hate the Riot. Why are they on the radio?
Stupid. Yeah.
Honestly, we can't trust them with anything else. It's the Riot on RadioU.
Children of the wild, we go where the wind blows.
It's the Riot.
My stomach hurts a little bit.
Off air, Obi's been explaining what something means, and I find it horrific. Just horrible. And it's not for on air.
No. Listen, here's what you have to understand is that, now this is not true of all of you, and so nobody get all mad at me for breaking us apart along gender lines, but ladies, you can't imagine just what animals men really can be. Like terrible animals.
You have no problem doing some things. Not you, but
I was not
the
this
stories
guy
that I've heard about your friends.
But some of the stuff that I saw it's like I don't know whether I really, really recommend living in a dorm or I really recommend not living in a dorm. It depends on just how adventurous you are and how much you're willing to accept.
But it's not like that in a girl's dorm, to be honest.
No, well, okay, it's not like guys are disgusting and all this stuff and they'll hit each other, but they get along. Girls are like, I have an eating disorder now because you've been so mean to me. That's what goes on there.
Sure.
It's deep psychological cuts that happen in the girls' dorm.
No one's number twoing in the elevator like at your place.
And Nikki, until moments ago, was not familiar. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but Nikki didn't.
I don't even know how a person would do that.
She's not familiar with an upper decker.
To me, that was just a nice way to sightsee, It's not what it is. life changed. Because after reading what it is, I don't understand how someone could do that.
I'll just tell you, not my own, but I've got a couple of stories that would blow your mind.
I don't want to hear them. I still think that the world is good and that people are, really good, but just not.
That's what I wonder. Okay, like some of these stories that I have about people, like they're married now. Like, did they tell their wives that? Like, or did they wait? They're like, all right, it's legal. You signed the paperwork. Now I have some things I need to tell you.
Wait till you know what I really do.
Because, if you're going to sell property, full disclosure is a thing. So, do you think maybe...
But I think we're the worst when we're with friends and it just all starts to pile on. And that's when we tend to act the worst.
Well, certainly
so
that.
So if you're just with your special someone, that's like the best side of you. I hope it is.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right.
You need it ready to take 5 minutes?
I feel like I need a good cry. And I just don't want to think about it anymore.
Got to get it all out. A cleanse, if you were.
No, that's...
Not that?
That's like the term that you taught me about.
Upper decker, Nikki.
I don't even know how one does that.
It's fine.
Worst of the riot, not enough? Not enough. Check the blog and all things Riot at riot.radiou.com.
Nikki, I got great news for you.
What do you got?
You know your favorite show, Cobra Kai?
It's not, but I do know season 2 of Cobra Kai on YouTube.
Yep. But you know what you don't know about?
What do I not know?
Season 3!
No!
Dun, dun, dun!
Does that mean season 2 did so well?
That's right.
I think YouTube doesn't care anymore. Like, they're just glad someone's excited about something.
They finally have a program people are watching. But yes, Cobra Kai season 3 is happening.
Is a go.
Mm-hmm.
Season
it's
2.
Go.
Has it come out maybe a week or so ago?
I think 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
I think so. But
we
yes,
all know
it's out.
I watched the first season.
All of it.
I watched
the
all
whole
of it.
Thing.
And I have not watched a minute of the second season. So
well,
I think I'm good.
There's still time. I watched, let's see, what did I have? Last Friday off, I watched the first half of the first season. It was better than I thought it would be.
Sure.
But it was just weird how there were moments where it seemed like, hey, this is a regular TV show. And then every once in a while they would have something where you're like,
oh, there it is.
This may be one of the most budget moments in the history of budget moments.
Yeah, they got to try to balance it out enough so that you don't notice too much.
Also, some of the humor's a little...
darker?
Yeah, and a little off color where you're kind of like, I feel like the show, like you're trying to make it a show that like older guys can watch with their kids or their nieces and nephews or whoever the heck they're watching it with. And then they, like some of the humor, you're like, I don't know about that one.
That tends to be the problem. Nowadays, there's a lot of shows that, and you might not even realize, but it's a remake of some sorts, or it's come back, and they want to hit the people that were there in the beginning, and they want to hit a younger audience that are currently their actual target.
So they'll grow up and buy the products.
Yeah, so they'll basically throw everything that they can, inappropriate or not, into the show to try to make it work for everybody.
It was weird. Like, it was one of those things that to me, it just felt like it couldn't quite decide what it was, but I thought it was still better than I thought it would be. Mm-hmm. But at some point, I suppose I'll get around to season 2.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe in time for season 3 next year.
So season 3, did they say 2020 or
no,
what?
They didn't give a date on it, though. They did say this, that apparently later this year, and then it'll be full blown by the time you get to season 3, YouTube premiums are kind of disappearing. They're going to keep doing it, but they will be available ad supported. So right now, if you want to watch this Cobra Kai show on YouTube, you have to pay for a YouTube premium.
Oh, but if you want to watch it with ads, you can without being a premium member.
Right.
But that'll be in the future.
That's right. So they haven't done it yet. Now, if you are a premium member, you can still watch without ads, just like everything else on YouTube. But in this particular case, you'll be able to watch these with ads, which they haven't done yet.
I guess I thought that's what they were doing, but you're right. That's not how they were.
There was the other one, because they're done. They said, I think aside from this and a couple of other things, they basically are dropping their kind of premium content stuff. And I watched part of, was it called Origins or something? It was like a sci-fi kind of full-blown thing they were doing. It actually looked expensive, and I don't think anybody watched it. I didn't see, like, even on the really nerdy blogs that I checked.
No one talked about it.
Stuff normally gets a mention. I never even saw those got, like, mentions. It was just like it existed, but nobody watched it. So, I don't know. I think even that they're going to push, and it will be it'll be free with ads if you want to see it later
Extra
this year.
Ads.
Yeah.
This was the worst of the riot, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The riot exists because Radio U exists, and Radio U only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.
I think I love you, Smokey Bear.